Wide receivers routinely take shots at their quarterback, both direct and indirect, because if I don't get the ball, if you are horrible at getting me said ball, we can't win. I don't get my stats. I don't get to do chip and dip commercials. So you better be better at getting me the ball. That's right. I need to increase my Q rating. Or I'm going to force a trade by making cryptic social media posts saying that it's time for a new beginning hours after you sign a contract extension. But hey, don't worry. All the dummies will think that we're cool because I have my ghostwriter say that I like you in my piece in the Players Tribune. And other examples of it, but yeah. But Justin friggin' Jefferson, Vikings rookie phenom 2020, should be offensive rookie of the year, but it's going to get stolen from him. You know that it is. He went to bat for his guy, Kirk Cousins, this week on the Jim Rome show on CBS. Phenomenal. Clones out. So he said this, quote, Kirk, takes way more heat than he deserves, both from his O-line and the media, by the way, but to see the things that he has done, I really don't know why he gets so much criticism. He's the reason I have 1,400 yards. Now, this wasn't quite his T.O. That's my quarterback moment, but it was good. I do love that Justin Jefferson was bold enough to stand up for his guy, and I think it is genuine. I don't think it's self-serving, but like, well, you know, I just have to say this. I have to check the boxes because this is a guy who gets me the football. No, I actually think that he genuinely is perplexed of why the national media just piles on Kirk Cousins, even though year in and year out, he has been a top 7 to 9 adjacent type quarterback. And Justin Jefferson, he is young enough where he hasn't been corporatized. He hasn't done this. He hasn't done that. He hasn't fallen into coach or player speak. But he says what is on his mind. And fortunately, he's a mature kid and a leader beyond his years. And you can take what he says at face value. Like there isn't a hidden agenda behind it. And he's right. Kirk threw for every single catch and yard that he had his rookie year, either the best or the second best rookie wide receiver season in NFL history. And it does really seem like it's inertia of the national media just using Kirk as a whipping boy, where DC, big time hotbed, every single year in, year out, is like, how come Kirk Cousins can't get a long-term deal? Oh, he's on the franchise tag again. Oh, look at him. He's not winning a playoff game. Oh, he's this. Oh, he's that. And how many times have we heard about Kirk's Monday Night Football record before he shut everyone the hell up this season against the Bears, right? I was like, we can't win. We can't win. The lights are bright, blah, 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 blah. Or his winning percentage against teams with winning records. Or how he only has one playoff win. By the way, Kirk is better in all three of those categories than Matthew Stafford, who ESPN and NFL Network are treating like he invented the forward pass. Like, oh, Matthew Stafford, a career below 500 quarterback, a guy who's never won the division, a guy who's never won a playoff game. Yeah, all of a sudden he takes the Rams stock to the moon. Please. And despite the horrific start to the season, if people get mad when we say, like, well, after the bye, Kirk is this and this. All right, fine. Factoring in his horrific start where the Vikings were 1-5, Kirk ended up being 8th in the league in passing yards with 4,265, 8th in PFF grade at 83.5, 8th in quarterback rating at 105, 6th with 35 touchdowns passing, 2nd in yards per attempt at 8.3 behind only Deshaun. All 5 of those categories, by the way, better than Matthew Stafford, but I digress there. So I love Justin Jefferson going to bat for his man. It's like he's standing up for his guy where, hey, Kirk got me the ball. And even though I got caught in a hot mic saying, F Kirk, throw the flag. By the way, he said throw the flag. People who think that he said throw the ball, get your ears checked. Yeah. Even though that is said every single game, every single, like Adam Thielen and Kirk Cousins, they're cool. They're tight. Even though in 2018, in the last game of the season, they had their little tussle on the sidelines. It happens. And guess what? If this is a normal season with normal crowds, that never gets picked up and it gets washed over. How many times a game do you think receivers cuss out their quarterback, yet they still love and respect their quarterback? So it was a mountain out of a molehill, but whatever. But I do think that Kirk does have rabbit ears when it comes to what's said about him, both by his teammates, both as well as the media and fans. But if he hears it, he's like, you know what? Justin Jefferson should be Offensive Rookie of the Year. Maybe I am good enough. Maybe I am smart enough. And doggone it, people like me. Frickin' A. That's right. And Kirk plays the way that he did down the stretch of 2020. The Vikings offense, which was not the problem in 2020, the defense and special teams completely failed this team. Of course, injuries, blah, 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 blah. But Zimmer, get your stuff fixed. And Ryan Ficken A. Come on. Vikings offense is Super Bowl caliber, so let's go. Let's go. Unless we get the World's Fair and then we trade him to San Francisco. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe Jefferson, maybe this is like 5D underwater chess where Jefferson is just trying to gin up Kirk's trade value. But anyways, your thoughts. Justin Jefferson going to bat for Kirk Cousins. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work? Pull us on the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.